Hello and welcome to Mining Review Africa. And today I'm speaking to Chris Ye, who's the president of LONGi Solar Africa. Chris, thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Now, how would you describe LONGi's long-term strategic commitment to Africa, and specifically in terms of investment, partnerships, and market developers?
Okay. For LONGi, indeed, we consider Africa as one of the most high-growth markets all over the world, because there's many factors affecting our strategy. First of all, we know that Africa is a good market with great potential. There's a lot of power shortage, and demand is growing year by year. And secondly, that for LONGi, we are technology innovation a leading company. So that means always we're considering how to bring the value to our clients. So we believe that with our innovative technology, we can bring more suitable product to the African market. We can customize, we can make adaptation to the market demand. The third is that for African market, also the market's capacity is growing year by year. So for the past 3 years, we see that for the African market, year over year, there's more than 2 digits market size growth, and reflecting on the LONGi business for the past 3 years, year over year, our growth is more than 100%. So indeed, we are going to invest more and more resources in the African market, and we believe that there will be even better capacity for us in the future. And when you are mentioning about like a partnership, LONGi always, we are open-minded, because LONGi is a company that's created, founded by engineers, operation and managed by engineers. So innovations and the value is in our DNA. So we are open-minded to collaborate with our clients, no matter they are from the utility market or if they are from the distribution market. We are glad to share the values with our clients.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Chris, you spoke a lot about innovation.
Yeah.
And obviously innovation doesn't stop. But what steps is LONGi taking to ensure that its technologies deliver consistent real-world performance under African operating conditions and beyond laboratory testing?
Okay. Actually, what I want to say is that LONGi, the company name, is coming from innovation. The company name is coming from our co-founders, professors' name when they are studying in the university. So that means from our company, from the past 25 years journey, always we consider the innovation is our strategy, okay? LONGi is the first company in China to introduce monocrystal technology, and is the first company to introduce PERC, first company to introduce the RCZ, which means diamond cutting technology to the wafers, and also we are the first company to introduce the back contact technology in the industry. So back to the African market, because the African market, for sure, the people, they need a lower cost of the electricity. Also, we found that for African market, there's some environment they need, the high temperature environment, and also sometimes it's dusty. So we developed some product dedicated for the African market. This time you can see that we just announced the latest anti-dust product. So by this kind of product, we can save the operational cost when the people, they are cleaning up the panels, and also generate more electricity. According to our data, daily we can generate at least 2.8% more electricity compared with the conventional panels, and monthly we can generate 5.8% more than the conventional panels.
Now, Chris, obviously the company focuses a lot on innovation and technology. What steps is LONGi taking to ensure that your technologies deliver constant real-world performance under actual African conditions and not just in the laboratory?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to introduce about the LONGi history a little bit, because LONGi is a company startup by engineers and operated and managed by engineers. So innovation is in our DNA. Always LONGi is introducing the latest technology, trying to push this industry moving forward. Back to the history, we are the first company to enlarge the monocrystal technology in the global market. We are the first company to introduce PERC, we're the first company to lead a BC technology in the industry. So always we're thinking innovation will bring value to the society, to the industry, to our clients. And then back to the African market. Actually, starting from 2023, we are setting up our our stable team in African market. So in the major countries, we have our permanent employees stay in those countries. So that means we can be close to our clients, listen to what it is their demand, and also we will know that what is the exact environment that we are facing in the African market. And then we get this kind of information and then send back to our R&D teams. They will make the adaptations to our product. So that's why today we get the extremely performance and the extremely adaptations to the African market. So that means even for African markets, we have our unique product designed for Africa, works for Africa, and generates value for Africa. Yeah.
Now, Chris, you spoke about dusty conditions, but Africa has also other harsh types of operating conditions as well. You're looking at remote regions, high temperatures, etc. So how is LONGi engineering its products to perform under these circumstances?
Okay. Actually, as you said, anti-dust is just one of our product features, but it cannot cover all the demand from the African market environment. So I can take you some example. First of all, for our BC technology, even for the temperature degradation parameters, we are better than the conventional panels. Yearly, our degradation rate is 0.35%. But the conventional panels is 0.4%. So which means by 30 years plant age, at least by this part, we can generate 1.5 direct electricity premium compared with the conventional panels. This is the first. Second is that dust doesn't mean coverage only, but also dust means risk to the panels and to the plants. Why? Because sometimes, let's say there's one leaf covered over the cells on the panels. So by the coverage, it will bring the overheating problem. Sometimes the temperature can go up, even up to 130 degrees. So sometimes it will bring the fire risk to the plant. This will be the damage to our assets, to our clients, and of course, this is damage to the plant value. So this is also, we can have this kind of prevention by our anti-dust features.
Okay. Now, Chris, moving on, from an operational perspective, what would you identify as the most significant challenges facing solar plant owners in Africa, and how does LONGi address these issues?
I think that this is a very essential question, because for most of the African projects, the first priority question we put on the table is the financial. The financial part. But for LONGi, first on our side, always at LONGi, we are considering how to make better LCOE, the leverage cost of electricity to our clients. So for our BC technology, we have higher efficiency, less degradation, higher reliability, and also the anti-dust features. So we can use these kind of features to leverage the cost for the electricity. Second, LONGi, we are not only providing the product, but also we are thinking that if we can provide complete solutions to our clients. Like since last year, we are having a quite quick growth in the mining sectors. A lot of mining off-takers or clients, they are choosing our panels because they know that the LONGi brand, of course, we are the best brand, but same time, LONGi can bring more values to their plant and generate more margin for their business. So we can looking for more this kind of scenario to help our client to design the solutions and then to generate more values. The third is at the same time we can bring like some financial solutions. We can discuss together with our client. Like we can bring some financial entities or some capitals in order to build the business model together to complete the chain of the business. This is also considerable from LONGi side. Okay.
Now, Chris, you spoke a lot about value just now. Now, LONGi has introduced the concept of dual surprise, which combines extreme adaptation and extreme performance.
Yeah.
What does this mean in practical terms for your customers? And what has been the initial response from early adopters in the region?
Okay, so I will try to explain this by 2 dimensions, okay, because we are saying dual surprises, right? The first surprise is that we are launching the top 1 efficiency in the industry, which means in the standard size, we can provide 685 watts bifacial. So this is top 1 in the industry. That means we believe that in the African market, it's not just a cost-sensitive market. Also, we have the premium users that need a higher efficiency to help them to generate more values for their plants. We are taking the copper mine, for example. This year, we just have 1 contract in DRC, 420 megawatts. They are using our HYMO 9 products, the 650 watts and 655 watts, because they believe that by higher efficiency, by LONGi product, they can save the land occupation, in the same size generate more power, and then save the cost for the trackers, for the constructions. So this means the value for our clients, okay? Another side is adaptation, because the African market is also a unique market. Because sometimes we need to face in the high temperature or dusty environment, even some scenario, there's hailings, there's wind. Yeah, so for LONGi, always we consider reliability is the first priority when you are deploying those power plants. So this time we are launching the ultra anti-dust product. So that means for no matter which direction, the panels is pure flat, okay, by our unique design. This is also only 1 in the industry. Also, we are using the anti-dust glasses. So that means when the dust coming, it's very hard they get attached to the glass. And then since there's no border for the glass, so when any raining comes and any wind comes, it's very easy to clean up the glass, and then we keep the efficiency for the panels. So this is what we call the adaptation. Yeah. So we believe that by the extremely performance and the extremely adaptations, we can do by different sides to help our client to generate more values and get more electricity.
Very impressive. Well, Chris, thank you for your insights and for joining us on Mining Review Africa today.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.